Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this month's webinar of Springs Cost Share Projects with Melissa D'Aloso. I am Jennifer Mitchell, and I will start off our webinar today. I do want to go over a couple of the housekeeping tips and pieces for us today. So everyone will be on mute throughout the presentation. If you do have any questions, please type those in your question box. That is in your control panel, and we will get to some of those questions at the end of the presentation. Please do join us for our next webinar, which will be on June 17th, where we will get a presentation of the 2020 water use report for our district from Tammy Bader-Gibbs. And today I'm so excited to have Melissa D'Aloso give us a presentation about some of the Springs cost share projects that are going on across our district. Melissa has been at the district for a little over 13 years and has been working in the Bureau of Project Management for about the past 6 years. Her background is in biology from FIT. And so Melissa, thank you so much for your presentation today. I am going to turn off my webcam and we'll turn them back on at the question and answer period.
Thank you, Jennifer. Good morning. I'm Melissa D'Aloso with the Bureau of Project Management. This morning I will be discussing a few of the district's cost share projects that benefit our springs. The district provides cost share opportunities for projects that support our core missions. They are water supply, ensuring that there is an adequate supply of water for both people and the environment, flood protection, preventing increases in flooding and maintaining the district's flood control projects, water quality, protecting and improving the quality of our surface waters, and natural systems, protecting or enhancing our native habitats. The district's jurisdictional boundary is Nassau County to the north, Indian River County to the south, and Alachua to the west. The 18 counties in our district are shown here, and ready communities are highlighted in yellow. Ready communities are rural economic development initiative areas. These are designed by the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity as being rural in nature and economically disadvantaged. The district provides funding opportunities under 2 annual programs. In January, we solicit applications from the public for both programs. Funding is for municipalities, counties, private, and nonprofit entities. Our 2 annual programs are the district-wide and the Ready Innovative. The district-wide cost share program is open to all entities, and typically the district provides $14 to $20 million in funding opportunities. The district staff scores and ranks the applications, including those benefiting springs, and those projects that score high may be selected to be sent to the Florida Department of Environmental Protection, FDEP, for funding consideration for their Springs Restoration Funding Program. FDEP's Springs Restoration Program is typically a $50 million annual reoccurring funding opportunity for projects benefiting spring sheds. They require that all springs projects be vetted by the district staff and approved by our governing board. Generally, the district and the department co-fund these projects at 25% each for a total of 50% of the construction costs. Alternative water supply projects benefiting spring sheds also are considered by FDEP under their Alternative Water Supply Funding Program, which follows the same process. The second annual district program is the Ready and Innovative Projects Program, which ranges from $1 million to $3 million in funding. This solicitation is only for those communities with a Ready designation or entities with an innovative project. An innovative project is one that uses an innovative technology to support our core missions. We have 8 outstanding Florida springs in our district. These 5 that are shown here are considered impaired and with pending or adopted Basin Management Action Plans, BMAPs, designated by DEP. Impaired means surface waters that do not meet the state standards and are in need of restoration. A BMAP is a framework for water quality restoration that contains local and state commitments to reduce pollutant loading through current and future projects and strategies. Since 2014, 95 projects protecting spring water flow and water quality have been funded through the district-wide and the Ready Innovative Cost Share programs. The district has contributed approximately $50 million toward Vital Springs projects. With funding from our partners and the DEP, the district's cost share program has contributed $219 million towards Springs projects from fiscal year 2014 through fiscal year 2021. These projects have resulted in more than 103 million gallons of alternative water supplied and 4 million gallons of water a day conserved. These projects have also reduced total nitrogen to priority spring systems by an estimated 920,000 pounds per year and total phosphorus by 163,000 pounds per year. Now I'm going to talk about a few of the cost share projects that benefit our 5 impaired springs. The Silver Spring Shed is located south of Gainesville and north of Leesburg. The boundary is shown in red with the priority focus area in yellow. The priority focus area represents the area in the basin where the aquifer is the most vulnerable and where there are the most connections between groundwater and the spring. The district DEP and the city of Ocala have partnered on a multi-year Lower Floridan aquifer conversion project. The project is currently under construction and in phase 2. It's designed to give Ocala the use of a non-traditional Lower Floridan aquifer water supply at their wastewater treatment plant number 2. The city will replace permitted withdrawals from the Upper Floridan aquifer at wastewater treatment plant number 1 with this new well field. It is an alternative to using the Upper Floridan aquifer. The new well field is located approximately 4 miles farther from Silver Springs than the current well field. The 8-year project has an estimated construction cost of $51 million, and phase 1 and 2 is nearly $3 million. By using a non-traditional water supply, it will provide a benefit to Silver Spring flows of approximately 6.9 cubic feet per second, or approximately 4.5 million gallons a day. This project is a major component of the Silver Springs prevention strategy using well field optimization to increase spring flow at Silver Spring to support the minimum flows and levels, MFLs. The prevention strategy for Silver Springs identifies a suite of projects and measures that, when implemented, prevents the Silver Springs MFLs from being violated due to consumptive uses of water while providing sufficient water supplies for all existing projected reasonable beneficial uses. This $8.4 million project involves the construction of a 33-acre groundwater recharge wetland. It will receive advanced treated wastewater from the city's water reclamation facilities and stormwater from a city retention area. The 2018 project will provide 3 to 5 million gallons a day of recharge to the Upper Floridan aquifer, which will be a significant benefit to Silver Springs. It will also provide water quality improvements via wetland polishing of the treated wastewater. Wetland polishing is estimated to remove approximately 59,000 pounds per year of total nitrogen and 30,000 pounds per year of total phosphorus. This project is within the Silver Springs Priority Focus Area and is predicted to increase the spring flow to Silver by 3.6 CFS, approximately 2.5 million gallons a day. This equates to 35% of what's needed to ensure compliance of the MFL by the year 2035. This project was completed in July of 2020. Water conservation practices by the public also support our water conservation mission. With the help of the district, Marion County offered a toilet replacement rebate for residential and commercial customers. Approximately 1,100 toilets were replaced for a water savings of 0.1 MGD, benefiting Silver Springs. Nearly $160,000 in rebates were provided under this program. The Volusia Blue Spring Shed is located in the DeLand-Deltona area of Volusia County, north of Sanford. DeLand's Reclaim Water Project is within the Volusia Blue Spring Priority Focus Area and includes the construction of approximately 17,000 feet of reclaimed water main to serve new customers. By using lower quality reclaimed water for irrigation, the project provides a reduction in groundwater withdrawals. The estimated water supply benefit is a 0.3 MGD flow increase to Volusia Blue Spring. The project will begin construction later this month. This fiscal year 2020 project includes the decommissioning of the Volusia County Del North wastewater treatment plant, the construction of a master lift station and 3 miles of force main, and the connection to the Volusia County Southwest Regional Water Reclamation Facility for advanced wastewater treatment. Both sites are within the Volusia Blue Springs Priority Focus Area and the pending BMAP. The estimated water quality benefits are 6,400 pounds per year of total nitrogen and 2,000 pounds per year of total phosphorus. There is a 0.1 MGD secondary benefit for supporting the MFL. This project is anticipated for construction completion in the summer of 2021. The Wakawa Rock Spring Shed is located in the Apopka-Ocoee area, west of Orlando and east of Mineola. The next project is the Orange County Wakawa Springs Septic to Sewer Phase 1. It's part of a 12-year multi-phased septic to sewer conversion effort. The Phase 1 project location is indicated here by the red box. As you can see, the neighborhood is located directly adjacent to the Wakawa Springs State Park. Due to this location, this project provides an important water quality benefit. The Phase 1 will abandon 213 septic tanks in the Sweetwater West and Wakawa Highlands neighborhoods. These homes will be taken off of their septic systems and connected to central sewer. Construction is anticipated to begin in late June of this year. After completion, there will be a 1,500 pound per year reduction of nitrogen, entering the spring. Combined, the DEP and the district provided $5.8 million in cost share funding towards the $9.6 million construction cost. The Eustace wastewater treatment plant expansion is a fiscal year 2017 district-wide program project. This project included expanding the treatment capacity and upgrading the nutrient treatment, leading to a significant total nitrogen load reduction. This project provides sewer service to a high-growth area near the northern extent of the Wakawa Springs shed that will prevent further use of septic tanks. It also provides enough capacity that the city will be able to offer connection of central sewer to homeowners with existing septic tanks. This fiscal year 2021 project is an expansion of Orange County Utilities' WaterWise Neighbor program. It focuses on reducing landscape irrigation water use. The program provides smart irrigation timers, rain sensors, high-efficiency spray nozzles, and pressure-regulated sprayers to participating builders. The estimated water conservation benefit is 0.03 MGD. The total project cost is just over $100,000, with the district and DEP contributing 50% of the cost. Gemini Springs is located near DeBerry, just west of Sanford. Smaller scale projects can also provide a benefit to spring sheds. This project includes the construction of 2 nutrient separating baffle boxes along Dirksen Drive in Volusia County and upstream of the marsh inflow to Gemini Springs Run. The baffle boxes will remove debris from stormwater and filter the water to capture dissolved pollutants such as nitrogen and phosphorus. It provides treatment to a 208-acre drainage basin. The project includes a nutrient load reduction of approximately 850 pounds per year of total nitrogen and 140 pounds per year of total phosphorus. Thank you, and that concludes my presentation. I am happy to answer any questions at this time.
Thank you so much, Melissa. That was a fabulous presentation and a great description of some of the various projects that are going on to help with nutrient removal and additional water making it to the springs. We do have a few questions coming in, and that first question is, how do you determine how projects are going to get funded?
We have an extensive evaluation process that we go through, and we evaluate each of the applications. Some of the things that we look at that are most important to the district are the benefit to the core mission. We're looking for the project readiness and also the cost effectiveness. So those are a few of the items that we look at when we're evaluating the projects.
Where do the funds come from to help with these projects?
Well, the district contributes ad valorem dollars, and then projects that rank and score high enough that we feel benefit the springs, we send those particular projects to FDEP for consideration under their Springs Restoration Funding Program, which gives them the opportunity to receive additional funding in addition to the dollars that they would be getting from the district.
Okay. And so are there opportunities for residents that may be interested in some of these septic to sewer programs? What advice would you give them in terms of future projects?
I would say contact your local municipality or your county. Even if you have a homeowners association that would be willing to do that. We do fund projects for private entities. So if your homeowners association wanted to get together and propose a project, we would be happy to discuss your options. Just keep in mind that it is a cost share program and that the district only provides 25% of the construction cost. So there is a required match.
Okay, great. Let me see, what is that next one? Is there, or how are projects successes measured and monitored in terms of the response of these projects in the Springs ultimately affecting the St. Johns River? Are those looked into, or we're really focusing on the Springs with these projects?
Are you asking about monitoring or follow up on the projects? I don't quite understand.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that connection of the follow up, but then also the connection between the work within the Springs to the river.
Okay.
I believe is what the question was getting at.
Okay. Unfortunately, our district contracts do not require monitoring. So there's really no follow up on the district's end as far as, measuring what the benefit actually was. When you submit an application to the district and staff reviews it, we look very closely and we require data to be submitted so you can demonstrate that your project will have a benefit and that there is data to support that. And we make the assumption that if constructed properly, your project will achieve that benefit, but there's no monitoring that's required under our contract.
Okay. There was one question about clarification about the DEP funding, that not all of the projects that you talked about were funded through the Springs Restoration funding, just the ones where you mentioned that, correct?
When we have Springs projects, if they score high enough using the district criteria, we will forward on those projects to DEP to be considered under the Springs Restoration Funding Program that the DEP offers every year. It is then up to the DEP to select which projects they would like to provide additional funding for. So, there's no guarantee that if you're a Springs project, you'll automatically get FDEP funding in addition to the district's cost share funding, because that program is offered to all of the water management districts, so it's very competitive, but we do send the best projects forward and hope for the best.
But of the projects that you presented on, only the ones that you mentioned that were partnerships?
Yes.
Okay, that was more the
Yes.
question.
Yes.
How did the projects that you talked about in terms of the septic to sewer projects, did those originate from the city or county putting together the project proposal for funding?
Yes. So the Wakawa Springs phase 1 septic project that I mentioned, that is the first phase of a 12-year, 8-phased project that Orange County has put together. So they were the applicant and they are making that effort, and they're working very closely with the homeowners and the local community members, because those areas that they're trying to target for septic removal are very close to the Wakawa Springs. As you can see, that first phase was directly adjacent. So their goal is to get as many septic tanks off and convert those to sewer. So it's sort of a collaborative effort.
Okay. And then they have to have a certain amount of buy-in from residents for that funding as well?
That is correct. That is correct. Right now, our district-wide criteria requires that the applicant provide at least 75% of those homes within that project area to be on board or signed up or express a level of commitment, because we don't want to fund projects and put in sewer mains and lateral lines if nobody's going to abandon their tanks.
Right. There is a great question about the Ocala well field optimization and the relocation of that well field. Was that were there some optimizations performed with groundwater flow modeling, or do you know if there were in looking
Yes.
at that? Okay.
Yes, there were. Yes. Our district staff looked at that pretty closely. Our hydrologists.
Sorry, some of the questions are longer, and so trying to boil them down and synthesize it. In terms of, you mentioned HOAs being able to potentially apply if an HOA was within, so I guess this is a very hypothetical question, within those areas of the priority focus areas, would a littoral zone planting to help with those nutrients within the stormwater ponds potentially qualify as a springs project?
That is a good question. I think the challenge with that would be trying to prove or demonstrate what the nutrient reduction level would be. And did you say it was on a stormwater pond?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. So
yeah. You know what, I would have, that's an interesting question that I guess I really don't know the answer to.
Okay.
I think I might have to get back with that person. If you could provide your email address, I would be happy to address that.
Yeah, because that is one of the areas that we have been working on developing that relationship in terms of providing HOAs and their community managers with a better understanding of those stormwater systems. And so it seems like there might be interest in looking at opportunities for revegetating or vegetating some of those. But I know
Yeah,
you'd have to also check with the stormwater permits and those sort of things as well.
that's what I was wondering about. But the main thing to keep in mind with these cost share projects is the benefit. If you can demonstrate that you have a benefit to one of our core missions, then we will consider the project typically.
Okay. Is there a set budget or particular number of projects that are funded in a given year? And about how many project applications get submitted for those funding dollars? Do you know
So
those
the
off the top of your head, or?
Yeah, so the budget
Okay.
ranges, it's not specific for each year. I think we typically it's between 14 million and 20 million for the district wide each year. It just kind of depends on the year. For the Ready Innovative cycle, that's between 1 million and $3 million budgeted per year. It just kind of depends. For the district wide, we typically get about 60 applications. And I would say on average, we probably fund like around 25 to 30 projects. So, you know, it is a pretty competitive process. The Ready and Innovative, you know, it's a smaller pool of applications. So I'd say we usually get about 12 or so, and we'll fund about half of those, just depending on the quality of applications. It all comes down to the quality of projects. We're not going to just spend money to spend money. We want to fund the best projects out there that are going to provide the best benefit and be cost effective.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for this fabulous presentation. It is noon and I want to respect everyone's time. So thank you so much, Melissa. I hope that all of you that are joining us will join us for our next webinar on June 17th, where we talk about the 2020 water use report. So thank you so much, Melissa. I hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Have a good day.